Purifier Axiom Class II Biosafety Cabinet's 3-piece work surface looks different than any other Class II BSC. The Chem-Zone, aptly named for its ability to handle microbiological applications involving chemistry, is a direct exhaust work center. Personnel protective air flowing into the cabinet and downflow air flowing over the side surfaces of the interior, colored blue, are recirculated through the cabinet's supply air system. Chemical vapors should not be introduced in these airflow areas. Air in the column above the Chem-Zone, colored red, is exhausted from the cabinet in a single pass. When the Axiom is in its recirculating A mode, this exhaust air is simply returned to the lab through the exhaust interface. When in ducted B mode, chemically contaminated exhaust air is safely removed from the laboratory. A Type A BSC is not designed to handle hazardous chemistry. Type B2 BSCs can, but exhaust massive volumes of expensive room air in the process. The Axiom most closely resembles the Type B1 internal airflow. However, to work safely in a B1, the operator must be trained and work behind an invisible, moving line known as the smoke split. The Axiom Type C1 is the only cabinet that reduces energy consumption while containing chemicals and is safer and easier to use because it does not use a smoke split. Learn more about the Type C1 Purifier Axiom in these related videos. The concept of the Type C1 Biosafety Cabinet presented new challenges in airflow design and coordination, a design that revolutionizes laboratory and operator safety and improves workflow performance. Operator safety is maintained by negative pressure airflow into the cabinet, drawn below the work surface into the air inlet grill. This air mixes with downflow air at the wings of the cabinet and is drawn into the cabinet's air supply and pushed back down through the supply HEPA filter. Downflow air provides clean, laminar air that bathes the sterile work zones. Above the working area, the air is positively pressurized and is measured as downflow by the certifier to meet NSF ANSI Standard 49 requirements. Air at working height should be considered contaminated by the work being performed and is now drawn under the work surface by negative pressure. Air above the wings of the 3-piece work surface mixes with incoming air and is recirculated back into the supply airflow system. Downflow air over the central Chem-Zone work surface is drawn directly into the negative pressure dedicated exhaust airflow system. The recirculated air is drawn up the back of the cabinet and is controlled by the supply blower. Exhaust air directed through the Chem-Zone is kept separate from the supply air by a dedicated internal duct system that feeds directly into the exhaust air plenum. The exhaust air is directed out of the cabinet through the exhaust HEPA filter by a separate exhaust blower. Though similar in appearance to other Class II BSCs, the Axiom's differentiated and directional airflow bridges the gaps between Type A and Type B. Learn more about the Type C1 Purifier Axiom in these related videos.